Hello and welcome. Today we're making an entrance area for an island. And the first thing you want to think about when you're making an entrance area is how much space do you want it to take up and what kind of theme do you want it to be. So I've chosen a nature theme and I want it to take up this much space because if we take a look at my map, we don't have a lot of space to work with from when they get off at the airport. So we have only this small area. So what we're going to do is build a nature themed entrance. And I hope you guys enjoy this type of content where you're just going to see me get out my building kit and just go to work. So I want stalls in my my entranceway, but I want the stalls to kind of be highlighted. So what I'm going to do is put fences behind it so it gives it more depth and it's less flat. So the stalls really pop out because there's like a contrasting color behind it. It's going to be white stalls and the fences are going to be brown. So what I'm going to do is leave a 2 wide gap in the middle and then have 2 stalls on each side so that it kind of breaks it up the entranceway to resident services and you have some interesting things to look at on each side. I feel like that's really nice. So what I want to do is display my trophies here. So this is a kind of a creative way you could display your trophies. You could put your bronze. If you have multiple trophies, you could put them here, or you could display some fish if you don't have multiple trophies to display. I have 3 to display though. So I have bronze, silver, and gold. I'm going to display them in succession. And then I thought it would be really nice to put some fishing bait here to give it that extra. I just had an extra space. I don't know. I could put a fish there, but I'll leave it as a fishing bait for now. So someone has created food patterns with the hat item. And I think to place it, we actually need to remove these fences. It's going to happen quite a bit when you're building. You'll have to remove some stuff to place other things. So I'm going to be leaving pattern codes for this up on the screen and in the description. But I wanted to display some Kirby cake here. Oh, that looks so nice. I like it. You know, when you're building an island, you kind of just want to you're going to have to make some tough decisions. Like, I notice that's where a lot of people struggle with design. They don't want to make the decision to place anything anywhere. But I feel like you should just try out different things. I've definitely torn down something and rebuilt it a lot until I was happy with it. I also see people looking at my island tours and being like, oh, my island's trash. And I feel like it really discourages people from playing the game. But don't get discouraged. Your island is great no matter what you do. So you can use custom patterns with your island builder kit. And I have a bunch downloaded here. If you're interested in seeing any of these, I'm leaving creator codes in the descriptions for all of them that I'm using. So I want to use kind of this cool brick pattern because it goes really nicely. It has transparent grout. So the grass kind of shines through the pattern. And I think it would look really nice to put the stalls over the pattern. You want to keep a theme. So I've chosen a light theme. So I wanted a light 4 with the light stalls. And I also have the white flower flashy sign to go next to it. So I feel like that looks kind of nice. We'll see where it takes us. Okay. So now that we have this, I feel like that's a good start. That's kind of what I want. I saw this terracotta path and I love it so much. So I'm going to be using a terracotta path for my entranceway. So we're going to connect the paths, basically. That's all you have to do. Just plan where you want to put stuff. And then you could put your path around that. You don't really have to put the path first. You could always section off the room that you want. Say like that little cafe over there to the right. I sectioned space off for that. And I built the path outside of that. And so I had room for it. I played with symmetry a lot for my island. You don't necessarily have to play with symmetry. Everything doesn't have to be symmetrical. I just chose to do that because that's how I like things, kind of. Actually, I feel like the path should end here. And this should be just grass. See, you just gotta make decisions, basically, on where you want things. And, you know, just don't worry about it. If you don't like it in the end, you could always tear it down. So as you can see, I played with evens and odds here, right? Because this is 4, right? So I could have a two-way path that's centered. But if I extended it to here, I wouldn't be able to have a centered path without making this a three-way path. And that kind of ruins my pathing. So I had to squish those stalls together. And I think if I put the flower sign next to the stalls, it'll tie everything together really nicely. With me, I kind of like a mix of nature and urban. So that's what I'm trying to achieve with my island. And I think that's important to keep whatever goal in mind you have and see if those designs fit with your goal. So this is like the perfect amount of space for a fountain. You could definitely put more furniture and bushes and trees around this, and it would probably look great. I think I'm not going to do a fountain for my entranceway. I have this awesome terracotta trimming, and I will put the creator in the description and on the screen. So thank you for making these paths. They're so good. I love them so much. They fit so well within the game. Because obviously you could use custom paths for everything, but they're a little lower quality because they try to do this painting effect where, you know, they blend all of the pixels together. But if you use the official paths along with some custom paths, it looks really nice because you get the high quality feeling, but you also get some like customization, you know, it's different from everyone else's. Very nice. Okay, I like this. This is nice. So now that we have our pathways all built out, that's like the next step you should do. You know, you should connect all of everything that you want to connect. Now you realize, oh, I have all this free space. What to do with it? Well, you should keep your theme in mind. So I want to do kind of a nature theme. So I'm going to use trees, bushes, and flowers to decorate the bottom half. And I feel like it could look really nice to do kind of a bench area down here so you could sit and admire the people passing by. It's always nice to include some trees in your plaza. You could definitely overdo it, but if you just include a few trees here and there, it looks really nice. So anyway, one really neat trick you could do is there's the new hedges item in the game, the new fence. So if you put hedges next to bushes, it looks really nice. And then even nicer, if you were to, say, get a log bench or one of those garden benches. I'm choosing a log bench for now. See, that looks really nice if you have a hedge behind it. And it's good to incorporate lighting every so often. So what I'm going to do is choose garden lanterns for my lighting. You could also do street lamps or floor lights. Those are really good to include in a plaza area, depending on your theme. My theme is nature, so I feel like the garden lanterns fit really well. So now that I have the garden lanterns there, I want to include some more bushes, but I thought it would be really nice to include some white azalea bushes with the white lantern, keeping with the white theme. And voila, it's starting to look really nice. Now, I like to put fences down, but I also like to put them down in a certain way sometimes. So I'm going to section them off so they're not all connected. Yeah, the fences made a huge difference. I think the most important thing is having depth to everything, right? So I have something behind the bench and then I have something in front of the bench. And I think it looks really nice because, you know, it has that depth. So I'm going to put something behind the fences. And that something is going to be bushes. I feel like that added a lot to the build because the stalls are white, so it has white flowers in front of it. It also has the cobble to mix it up a little bit. Very nice. Yeah, I feel like it's coming along pretty well. I could connect these fences, or you could try to incorporate more lighting. And wow, it's looking really nice. So what I'm going to do is add rocks every so often. And the rocks add a little detail to the build, but it makes it so much better in my opinion. It just gives the person looking at the plaza more to look at, you know. Sometimes it's the small details that matter in Animal Crossing. Voila. I feel like it adds so much. All right, and now we're going to see the completed build. So over here, the first thing we see is my accomplishments with the pink azalea bushes to go with the blue wave stands. And then up in the center, we have some flower signs to go into resident services with some stones scattered every so often to make it more of that nature feeling. And we have azalea bushes here to go to the food stalls where Kirby cakes are served and Kirby pancakes. And of course, we have some tea. If we go down, this is where the entrance to the beach is. And then in the center, we just have this nice garden area. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of this series, I definitely gauge what the comments say and how much you guys enjoyed this video. So leave it a like if you liked it and subscribe for more. I will see you in the next one.